First, the person who raises the most amount of money, the top donor, will be able to win the opportunity to cut off all of my hair themselves. I'll put the time zone down there. Ugh. This has turned into not fun anymore. This is painful. I'll put this in the edit, don't worry. I think we'll leave it there. Smeagol. Smeagol. Seagull. Hell yeah. Alligator priest. Why is he an alligator? I don't know. Why can Shrek eat lightning from the sky? I don't know, because it's awesome. South Park Ben can best Batman Ben, while actor Ben cannot. Happy birthday. Despite being 4 years old, this channel officially turns 1 on the day that this video will be uploaded. By pure coincidence, this channel started on February 29th. And it is interesting, although I have ended every February of each year with a video like this, the consequences of a leap year package these years into sets of 4. I think I'd like to do another 4 years, but we'll see what happens. Something I've realized this last year especially is that I like the YouTube numbers, and I'm not really sure how to feel about that yet, because the point of this channel is never to be successful. Sure, it would be a nice side effect, but I'm telling you right now, it's almost certainly never going to happen. Successful YouTube requires consistent upload schedule of the same thing week after week, at least. That is not what I do. I do 1 video a month, so there is some sort of consistency in schedule, but it is a relatively new thing every time. This channel is a purely creative and selfish endeavor. I make stuff because I think it'll be interesting or funny, and I try my best, and sometimes it's neither of those things, and that's okay. And yet, I'm very fascinated when things do and don't do well. Alongside rewatching this last year's videos so I can make the out of context montage that I've been doing for each of these anniversary videos, I did some additional homework, which was rewatching years 1, 2, and 3. I took some notes to compare where I was then to where I am now. For year 1, my main points was YouTube is hard, procrastination is my #1 enemy, nothing's different there. I was softly spoken, I was embarrassed for the people around me in real life to learn about my channel, and I said that I wanted some sort of audience. Which is interesting because the first point of year 2 was that I was content with no one watching. And I'm probably more aligned with that thought than a desire for an audience. Like, it's very difficult to create community when the only thing connecting individual videos on the same channel is the person making them. The people that find video A are very unlikely to be the same people that come back to watch video B. That's cool. It's not for them, it's for me. The other points for year 2 was I was happy with the original Jack's Films compilation success. That's still going, by the way, very cool. I talked about my YouTube list, but not doing anything with it. We'll get to that later. That video also, I believe, was the first mention of any sort of charity head shave. And I was generally feeling good about the channel's direction. Year 3, I was looking into the phone screen and not the camera for most of that video. I'm going to attempt to look into the camera for this one. I've literally covered the phone screen with a post-it note, so that's less of an issue this time around. I'm not sure whether that'll work because I do see myself even drifting to the big green note compared to the tiny little phone camera, so we'll see. I was proud of the video quality. That's mostly true still. I was asking viewers for what they want. I don't care anymore. You can suggest things. I probably won't do them based on the couple of things that have been suggested. And I was asking if anyone wanted to collaborate. Might touch on that later. Across all three, the things that remained consistent: my grey shirt, my tiny microphone, this room, this music track, whoa, some sort of nonsense lol random edit to end the video, and the thumbnails. They've all been the same. The big thing that did happen this year was the charity haircut. You'll notice in past year videos I had longer and longer hair. This time, not the case. Don't want to recap too much about it. You can find the videos if you're interested in what that was. Outside of the obvious positives that I described at the time, the other thing that I noticed upon reflection is that it was fun to film with other people again. I think I find it easier to talk to other people than it is to go right into the camera and try to memorize lines. If I got something to bounce off of, it comes a lot more naturally. So I might try and find a way to do more stuff like that in the future. That could be good. Another thing more recently was updating my YouTube banner. My banner was just this for the longest time, and that was boring, but I didn't really know what to do with it. So like any good YouTuber, I handed the workload to viewers. So people would comment under that video. I'm not sure where on the screen this will be, but I'll put the comment, the full banner, and then the thinner banner. The thinner banner is what you'll probably see on most devices, but the larger banner is what the whole image is, and it requires the whole image because I believe it's like YouTube on the TV. Like if you use a TV YouTube app, that larger image shows up on the background. So we started off with a completely blank background, and then the first comment I received, and I quote, "Ayo, where the F is Mario Judah?" I don't know what Mario Judah was, so I just added this. Then I added a pointing soy jack, thank you Jared. Then I put a copy of that whole banner on the soy jack's head. Then there's a very faint loss meme, and after that was Harry's comment, thank you Harry. He requested his change to be at the end, which I didn't specify that you couldn't ask for it to be a different order than the comments were received, so I allowed it. So he asked for it to be at the end, so we'll get back to it at the end. The next edit was adding the tryhard emote. I believe that's a Twitch thing. I'm not super familiar with it. There it is. After that, Carter requested the many faces of Kai. I took some creative liberty with what that meant. And only then, after all that, did I take in Harry's comment. I added the kaleidoscopic effect, and I added the tiny chibi shark to find. Trust me, it's there, but I still don't think he's found it yet. So thanks to those of you that have commented, but I wanted to add something to wrap it up at the end. I wanted to add a centered title that provides more of a direction. Consistently inconsistent. The only thing that truly encapsulates everything that this channel is about. If you've watched a lot of my videos, then you can probably pick out some of the fonts that I've used in the second word. And the title, I think I like it. I'm not entirely set on the colors yet, so I might change that. But I think it does its job. Now, the next thing on my list of topics is the list of topics. That is my YouTube checklist. This was made in my first year as a means of collecting all the topics and common video tropes and then I can do my take on them. I think I said something along the lines of that being the roadmap to success. That was clearly a joke at the time because obviously doing all these types of videos will not guarantee success, but it also created something to fall back on if I ever became creatively bankrupt. It was useful, but I really haven't done too much of the things and checked too many boxes. So things I've already marked off were make a lazy reaction video, did that, make a lazy Reddit video, we did that, and get copyright claimed. fun. Now there's a couple of boxes I can tick off right now. We have make some very average music. It was less average and more deliberately scuffed. And then also brag about YouTube numbers. Despite their small size, I do like to talk about the numbers. And that's it. So let me mark those off now. There they are. I hope they're both in frame. And that's it. After 4 years, I have marked 5 out of 25 YouTube goals off my checklist. And to be honest, that's mostly because I haven't needed them. I've had enough ideas and they just didn't turn out to be as much of a priority as 20-year-old me thought they would be. I think it's been better for it. I've really got to make the things that I've wanted to make. But now, I think I'm up for a challenge. So here are the things that are left to do. Do a Q&A. That's tough without an audience. Do a house tour. That is tough without a house. Make a try not to laugh video. That one might be challenged to be made transformative enough to where I won't dislike the final product. Done the reaction, we've done the Reddit. Start a podcast. Make an online quiz video. So that's like turning a BuzzFeed quiz or a personality quiz into some sort of video. Next one is sell out with a sponsored video. Actually, I think it's been long enough that I can talk about it. Let me pull it up. I actually through Twitter got an opportunity to make a sponsored video. This is 2022, so it's a while ago now. It was to sponsor some person's podcast. They wanted me to put a highlight reel or like ad for one of their podcasts at the end of one of my compilation videos. So I had an opportunity to sell out already. Problem is, I wasn't interested in the thing they were putting out. We could put it that way. And I think if I am to do a genuine sponsor, then it needs to be something that I actually like or want to sell, right? If it's some other content, then I want to like the content. If it's some product that I'm selling, I want it to be something that I think would actually be good for people to have. So I turned it down. It was really interesting that approached me when I had almost no attention outside of one video that did somewhat well. Strange thing to happen. Back to the list. Make a terrible apology video. Write a book. Not too many people are doing that nowadays, but they were at the time, I think. Sell merchandise that no one wants. Get a gamer chair. Say something political and divide my fan base. In time, I'm sure. Brag about money. Haven't done that. Have done the numbers, have not done the money yet. Exploit a romantic relationship for views. Always the challenge. There are many steps that need to happen before I can get to that. Start beef with another YouTuber. See, beef is in quotes, and I'm not sure what I meant by that. Become creatively burnt out. We're a long way from that. Take a mental health break. People are still doing that. Could be a challenge to make it funny, but also not inappropriate, I suppose. If I'm going to mock that, it would need to be tasteful. I'm not sure how to go about that at this point. And then my add-ons, make a daily routine video, play Minecraft. I think that would be good if my computer was capable of running OBS and any sort of video game at the same time. Copyright claimed was successful. And the last thing was make a second channel. No clue what that would be, but everyone's doing it. So, gotta get on that. Second channel grind set. Yeah. That is all of them. Oh, and that's what I can beg the comment section to do for me this time. If you have any other like super obvious YouTube trope things that would fit on this list, you can put it in the comment section. I don't know if I'll add to them. But if you are going to suggest something, make it something that like is achievable on my end. For example, a goal that is out of my control is make a video that gets 1 million views. That's not something that I can achieve by myself. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But now, after all that, I would like to finish this video with my actual goals for the next 4 years. Goal number 1, I would like to finish everything on this list. Some of them I have ideas for, some of them seem very far-fetched at this point. I really don't know how I'm going to achieve some of these, but I've got 4 years to figure that out. Number 2, I want to continue making at least one video each month. I would like to do more than one a month, but most of the time that's just not realistic for everything around and outside of YouTube. Once a month is good for the moment. Goal number 3, I actually want to collaborate with another YouTuber. Previously, I've asked like, hey, if you want to collab, message me or put a comment about it. So I think I'm going to take a more direct approach in the future. I know videos with my friends don't really count as a YouTuber collaboration. And then my 4th goal, which this one's a bit iffy, it's have another video surpass the amount of views that the Jax Films compilation video has. As I mentioned before, not entirely in my control. However, I think it's possible. If you look at the Mario video, it's kind of close. At the rate it's earning views, it might surpass it within the next year. So it's not entirely unobtainable, but that goal is not as important as the other 3. So if that doesn't work out, not as big of a deal. So that's pretty much everything I wanted to say, but now we get to the point where I need to give myself something unfortunate to edit at the very end to close it out. So, you know what? I'm gonna eat the cupcake that I brought. And while that's happening, speed it up and just add some atrocious Looney Tunes sound effects over it. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Cheers. I do not enjoy watching people eat, so we'll see how that goes. Happy birthday.